Alright guys, today I'm going to talk to you about our new reservation system. It's called Peak Pro. When you go to your computers at work, there'll probably be a bookmark or a tab or something for Peak Pro. Once you go to it, it's going to bring you to a login page. You guys are each going to have your own credentials. That's very important this year because last year we had a problem with people using other people's credentials and reservations getting made the wrong way. Then we didn't know who did it. We didn't know how to fix the problem. So this year, we need everybody when they get to their computer to log in and log out. When you're done making a reservation, please log out. When you're done looking at anything, availability, the calendar, whatever, log out. So the next person can come along and log in with their own credentials. So we'll know and can track who's making the reservations, who's making the most, who's making any mistakes, not so we can punish anybody, but just so we know how to fix a problem if we have one, because a bad reservation causes a huge trickle-down effect. If you're choosing August accidentally instead of July, it's a massive effect. Overbookings are quite problematic in this world, so we try to avoid them at all costs. So when you get to the computer, go ahead and log in with your credentials that I will have given you by now. And I have the wrong password. That's awesome. Alright, and it'll look like this, and it'll log you in. It will probably log you into the last location you were at. We have 5 locations, as you guys know. So right now I'm at the main location. Over here, under your name, up in the top right, there'll be a tab, a drop down that comes up, and it'll allow you to switch locations. So this will allow you to pick Bernard's, Hales Ford, Mariners State Park. If you're at a satellite location, you're going to be primarily on your location. Probably not going to get a lot of room to, probably won't have a lot of people calling your location to make a reservation at Bridgewater, but you probably will have to shift back and forth between the two to look at their calendar sometimes and see what availability looks like if you guys are booked up or whatever. So just know up here, this switches locations. Make sure when you're making a reservation, you are making it at the right location. It's really easy to look past this. Like this says Bridgewater Marina Bernard's Boat Rentals. If you see Bridgewater, you may think you're at the main location. Be very diligent about checking that left corner to make sure it's the right location. I mean, obviously we have different boats at the bridge than anywhere else, but you still may not notice if you're picking the Manitou or something, so please pay attention to what's in that top left corner. So today, let's pretend like somebody is calling the marina and wanting to book a boat at the marina. So you're going to use this tab in the right. It's in yellow. It says Add Booking. It'll bring you to this page right here. Each one of our boats has 3 time slots, as most of you know, or will be shown eventually. And you'll ask the person who calls what time they'd like to make their reservation, or if they're standing there in person making the reservation, which is pretty rare, but most of the time it's going to be on the phone. So let's say this person decides they want to get a Manitou at 9 a.m. It'll take you to this little tickets page right here. It's going to default to 0. You're going to have to pick 1, 2, or whatever. You're rarely going to use anything but 1. Most reservations are made for 1 boat. On a rare occasion, if you have 2, you can select 2. The 2 may come in play every now and again for wave runners because people come in and get more than 1 wave runner at a time, but most of the time you're going to be with 1 boat. So this person's calling, they want to make a reservation for April 7th. So you click April 7th, it's going to give you a drop down with options. So your first options are going to be hourly. We never take an hourly reservation. If you're making an hourly reservation, you're doing something wrong. Do not take them. Hourly reservations are only on a walk-in basis. So then you get to these options right here, 1-day rental, deposit only. You guys will never use deposit only unless you're authorized by us. We take payment up front in full at the time of the reservation this year. So you're always going to use the 2-day rental, 3-day rental, and so on, up to 14. We don't have anything past 14. So let's say this person wants to make a reservation for the 150 horsepower Manitou, which is a boat we have at all of our locations. But it's the base model everywhere. They want this boat for 4 days. This would be the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. So if it's a 4-day rental, they're going to pick up Saturday at 9 a.m. They are going to have it Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at return at 6 p.m. So we'll go ahead and click the see, I almost made a mistake there. You want to click the 4-day rental. This right here that I'm highlighting is the base price without tax, 4-day rental, $920. Once I click on it, it's going to send the number over here, and that's going to be with tax. So $938.40 is the price of that boat with tax, and that'll be something the customers are going to ask you. All right, so we know they want that boat for 4 days. Then we'll go ahead. The next step is always going to be, once you know what boat they're getting, is going to be to take their name. Always take their name carefully. We do not want to make mistakes, as I just did. So let's try that again. All right, I'm going to use my name here. So take their name, and the names are super important. The email address is super, super important because it's going to send a confirmation email to the person immediately after they book the boat. And if they don't get that, they're going to call back and they're not going to understand if they have a boat or not, and it's super annoying and nobody likes that. So you want to ask for their phone number, say what's the best phone number to reach you at, whatever you want to use, words-wise is fine. Once you get done with that, if there's any special requests or whatever, you're going to want to write it in the notes section. We don't really do a lot of special requests. I don't see us utilizing that too much, but if there is anything, write it in the notes section so whoever sees this will know that there was some sort of request that they had that that we would need to know about upon arrival. You will not use the custom status tab at this time. That's something we use later, and we'll talk about that later. This is one of the most important parts of booking a reservation online. You're going to want to click on the customer questions. You always need to ask everybody if they want to opt into our limited liability waiver option. The limited liability waiver is a $35 flat fee no matter the duration of the rental. It's $35. That's it. It limits the renter to $500 damage if something were to happen to the boat. Make sure you explain this to them thoroughly. So if they were to go out and crash the boat and it caused, $2,000 damage on the boat, paying this limited liability waiver would make them only have to pay $500 of that amount. So once you click on this, or don't, some people are not going to want it. It's about 60-40 that want it. So if you click on it, it's going to add it to the total to the right. So it goes up to $973.40. Next, you're going to ask them if they want any water sport equipment with this rental. If they do, you're going to click yes or no. The next step is going to be to add another product. This is where you add skis, knee boards, wakeboards, whatever. Or if they're getting another boat, say they're getting a Manitou, then they're getting a Wave Runner. This is where you'll add that to it. But today, let's say they are going to add a wakeboard for the duration of that rental, which is April 7th. So we click on wakeboard, we click on 1, we match the dates up for what we had. So this is it. Starting on the 7th, it's going to be a 4-day rental. So we go to 4-day rental right there. The start time on the water sports equipment, you want to pick the same as their rental. They're always going to pick up their water sports equipment at the same time as their rental. Sometimes that'll get crossed up in the system. Tell them not to worry about it. If they get a confirmation email that says something different on their water sports equipment, just tell them you pick it all up at the same time. So this added that total, which is $103 for 4 days of a wakeboard, over to that side, which brings their subtotal up to $1,081.86. So on this rental, let's say that's all that they need. So what you're going to do is you're going to slide down to the bottom and proceed to payment. Once you get down here, you're always going to pay now in full. And every time over the phone, most of the time in person, they're going to be paying with a credit card. So if they're paying with a credit card and they're on the phone with you, you're going to take the credit card number. It's going to be however many digits. It will turn green when you have the right amount of digits. The numbers will. See, right now they're, try that again. Right now they're red. Once I hit the right amount of digits, it turns green. Same with the expiration date. So you're going to get a credit card number, you're going to get an expiration date, you're going to get a CVV code. American Express is 4, Visa and Discover are 3 digits. We do take Discover, American Express, and Visa on our reservation system. So after you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and hit Save Booking. I don't want to do that because I don't want to make this a real booking. But once that happens, you are done. It kicks a confirmation email to them. The whole thing should be done and set. And if you guys have any questions about this, a very basic overview of this, there's probably going to be a lot of questions still after this. But if you know this much, you'll know enough to make a reservation. All right, thanks.